So we have Gary Wagner on a Monday today. He usually joins us on Friday, but due to gold's movement last week, we decided to chat with him today. So Gary, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. If the truth be told, I was playing hooky. Haven't done it in a while.
So Gary, last time you were on, you were saying how if gold were to fall below 1,200, the next stop may be 1,180. Have you since revised your levels?
The majority of the levels have stayed the same. Now, 1180 was where I thought it was very possible for the market to go. We hit an intraday low as the market opened overseas on Monday at 1184, I believe. So, although not perfect, I believe that signaled hitting that particular price point. And from there, we saw a real hefty bounce today, taking it back above 1200. The 1180 still holds, but now we have numbers as we look for this little bump or this little rally in terms of where we think this rally could go to.
So Gary, where are you looking to for support for gold prices right now? What is holding up the metal?
Well, on a technical basis, it did bounce off of 1180. We haven't tested 1200. It popped above 1200. It's still trading roughly above that price point, but I would look for 1200 to now become support if in fact we're going to see a little rally come in.
Now, Gary, one last question before we get to your insert, and it revolves around silver, which fell below $17 last week. A lot of our viewers wrote in saying, well, if the economy is picking up, why isn't this industrial metal performing better?
Well, you know, it's a hard question to answer. I've pondered on that for many hours, and I really see a basic disconnect between the industrial precious metals and what we've seen in the equities markets. For example, platinum was getting devastated over the last couple of weeks, and yet we had a strong economy and auto sales are strong. So I believe there's that disconnect in the market. I believe that they will move in tandem with gold. If we see gold firm up, we should see that happen in both silver and platinum.
Now, Gary, we'll get to your insert now. I believe you wanted to just add a few comments before we get to it.
Yeah, on the insert, I'm going to be talking about my interim forecast and the current models that I'm looking at. I did create the insert last night in Hawaii, which is Monday morning overseas. We had the market trading at around 91, and it just had come off the lows at 1184. And my comment in the insert was that if we're going to find a bounce, this is the area to look for. Of course, we have seen that bounce come into play as the market's up about $15 on the day.
All right, Gary, let's get to it.
You know, it's really hard to believe that we are in the final quarter now of 2014, and once again, we see gold under dramatic pressure. If you recall from our last show, I was talking about the distinct possibility that we could retest the double bottom, which has occurred at roughly 1180. Well, the market actually closed on Friday roughly at 1190, 1191, and in trading overseas as it opened up Monday in Australia and Hong Kong, we actually saw it hit an intraday low of 1188. So in essence, the way that I see this currently is that we have now formed that triple bottom that I talked about. In other words, I thought we had the potential to absolutely come and retest this area, and we certainly have done just that. So, where are we looking for gold to move from here? Well, the short answer to that question is I believe long term we are probably going to see lower pricing. But if there's ever a decent place to at least look for a bounce back up, this would be it. And consider this, we have this now triple bottom. We had the intraday low at 1184. And from that intraday low of 1184, we've actually seen about a $10 bounce off of that particular low that we achieved, as I said, Monday overseas. So the question is, will we see some sort of a bounce, some sort of support forming in this area and moving, at least short term, as I said, to higher pricing? Because my sense is that if we find support at this area, that could signal a potential bottom in the market. But looking at all of the factors right now that have been influencing the price of gold without a major turnaround in the dollar and the equities markets, if we do test this particular area, this triple bottom right here, we are actually also testing the long-term 61% retracement. And that's a retracement if you look at the beginning of, or the end of '08 up to the record top. 61% takes you to roughly 1167 right in this area. That would signal, I believe, dramatically lower pricing, because historically speaking, if we look back in 2011, 2012, we also had a triple bottom form. And at the point in which it broke through that triple bottom, we saw prices dive from roughly 1535 all the way down to just below $1,200 per ounce. So I guess the most important factor to take out of our current market activity in gold is that it's in an absolutely precarious position. If it does break through this now triple bottom, it could go as low as a 76% retracement, which would take you roughly to $1,000, meaning about a $200 drop. Just as we saw a $300 drop here, we could possibly see another $200 drop here. And in fact, these two time periods have some distinct similarities in the way we have seen this market move down. For those chart disc viewers that would like a little bit more detailed information, simply go to our website, goldforecast.com. Under latest posts, you'll be able to read all of the letters and blogs as they come out each day. And if you go to page 2, you'll see this, the dollar repeat the dollar. This is actually a webinar that was done about a week ago, and that will give you my forecast through the end of 2014. Again, gold, the triple bottom, and the fact that we're absolutely at a crossroads.
Gary, thank you so much.
My pleasure as always, and I want to wish all of our chart disc viewers prosperous trading and investing this week.
And thanks for watching Kitco News. On another note, we will be headed down to the Cayman Islands to be covering the Grand Cayman Liberty Forum taking place from November 16th to the 20th. It features the likes of Doug Casey, Adrian Day, Peter Schiff, and our very own Peter Hugg. So make sure to register at the link below and join us. In the meantime, thanks for watching on this Monday evening.